relatives. Growing more imperative that I control my narratives. So I spit fire through this pop filter. La la, you got to have the Zaza for me to shop with you. Raising my rates and all control fates. But if you fuck with me, I bring your fucking life to a stop quicker. I'm in your throat like some hot liquor. Roll through your hood like a drop shipper. Hands like a stock filter. I think if I was straight, then maybe I would pop quicker. Playing the lotto, I'm on the reposado. Can't be in my vicinity if you possessing maybes. A fragile masculinity like Boosie tip a baby. It's crazy cause the very clothes you wearing was designed by the same group of people used to trying to keep behind. You ain't worried about the kids, you just use them as a shield to hide behind the bigotry of how you really feel. Ain't no think pieces in emails as long as it's some females that's kissing in the backseat. And you can check my rap sheet. I'm running circles around these washed up rappers like a track meet. Reflexing like an athlete. I'm jigging to the backbeat. Work selling than the trap meet. And my niggas pack heat. Suggest to keep it cool before they bust and make your hat leak. And I ain't even really scratched the surface. Defeat the self-doubt, don't defeat the purpose. Make sure you got it or you won't complete the purchase. A man without a plan is like a clown without a circus. That's Dames, he go crazy on the mics and shit. Rolling blunts super straight on the pipes and shit. Fat ass with the fucking tiger stripes and shit. I get faded, grab my pen and then I write some shit about this crazy world we living in. My homies there to giving in, the doors there to kicking in. I never cared about fitting in. No, we've been the E-class and motherfucker speed fast. I caught me a peach pass and reach for my weed stash. All sports teams, but I'm ballin', nigga. Better have a money move if you callin', nigga. It's my time to shine and you know I'm stallin', nigga. Dames going up, ain't that shit appallin', nigga? And I ain't even really in my prime yet. But I just been grinding like the time said. Mindset on the fucking money, not a bitch though. I can tell you broke, but I ain't never been a snitch though. Came up on cassettes and CDs on the block. I don't smoke no cigarettes, but the trees stay in stock. It's the D-A-M to the I-E-N. And if I stand out, nigga, why be in? This motherfuck the cops and motherfuck the ops. My niggas got good credit, we talking trades and stocks. I'ma always keep it real, that's what I get from my pops. They'll give me a fucking bullet before they give me my props. I got this war in my mind, but I don't know who winning. All this Patron in my body and my head keeps spinning. Yo, how I'ma get to heaven? I mean, if I keep sinning, I swear life would drive you crazy, man. Just keep living. Oh God, I ain't even really scratched the surface. Defeat the self-doubt, don't defeat the purpose. Make sure you got it or you won't complete the purchase. A man without a plan is like a clown without a circus. Dames, and I ain't even really scratched the surface. No, defeat the self-doubt, don't defeat the purpose. Make sure you got it or you won't complete the purchase. A man without a plan is just a clown without a circus. Dames. Hip-hop. This rap shit is just in me.
I took a hit for the team. Took a bullet for the dream that we would one day all be free. Free from prejudice, free from sexism, free from bigotry. I die for creativity. I die for freedom to be free. I died and left a legacy. Oh, but baby, I'm still live through technology. Pain, and tears of pain, and a dash of struggle. Just be patient. Your destiny will manifest. Yes, photosynthesis.
You live in a different world.
What is going on? What is going on? What is going on, everyone? Hello, hello, hello. Hope that you all are having a wonderful Saturday evening. I had to take a break, y'all. I had to take a quick little break, no shade. Mom Dukes is in town, so I had to make sure that I take care of her. And whenever my parents come into town, I try my best to spend as much time as I can with them because they're getting up in age, I'm getting up in age, everybody getting up in age. So it's kind of like just really spending time with them. And no shade, me spending time with my parents, first of all, makes me grateful for the parents that I do have, because whenever I continue to give commentary about what's happening within queerness, there is this big onslaught with parents as well against queer people, queer children, their adult children or adult, creations, if you will. It's just very, very sad. So I'm thankful and grateful to have parents who are willing to be open-minded, who are willing to really face fear, not let fear consume them, but actually face it, to see it for what it is, as opposed to what society and religion has taught them that it is. Okay? And the parents that I have are not just special parents, unique parents. They're special and unique to me. But the mind in them to be objective, to be aware, that is something that any and every human being has the ability to tap into, including Lil Bootsy. Okay, now for those of y'all who have been following me for a while, we have given our commentary on Bootsy numerous times on this platform in reference to his commentary on queerness. Now it's just so funny because I tell people all the time, and it's something that I'm learning as well, what you resist will always persist. Okay, meaning that these queerphobic people, I think it's best for them to really deal with that queerphobia before the universe sends them a queer experience that is near and dear to them, i.e. children. So Lil Bootsy went from giving his commentary about queer people to now having a queer child, a queer daughter by the name of Ivy. Okay, and you would think that when it's closer to home, it would make you think and then think twice about things because it's your child. But it seems as if though he is really sticking to his guns in reference to what he believes about queerness, even down to his children. And it's kind of interesting to me because I would somewhat, even though it's still fucked up, I would still somewhat understand that level of energy coming from Bootsy if one of his sons were gay. But his daughter is gay. His daughter is a lesbian. Okay? More of a stud, if you will. And I could be wrong about that because just like with queerness and everything in life, there are levels to this shit. There's intersections. We're all not a monolith. You would think that Lil Bootsy would have an even stronger relationship with his daughter simply because she is a lesbian that is more masculine presenting. They'll be able to talk about things together, like they'll be able to talk, like how he'll be able to talk to his son about women. The same thing with her. And as I was doing my research and really kind of just listening to what was being shared, not only from Bootsy, as you would hear, but also from his daughter Ivy, Lil Bootsy doesn't have a problem writing in his lyrics about lesbians doing lesbian shit in front of him because, again, as a man, what's better than one piece of slit? Two pieces of slit. So I can interject, if you will. I can insert myself into this situation, but I don't know if it's because his daughter lesbian now that maybe his daughter is having those same experiences, or he's thinking of his daughter. Like his daughter fucked up his lesbian fantasies about women. I told y'all, from a spiritual perspective, what you resist will always persist. Okay? Now, for the sake of this commentary, I mean, we've dragged Bootsy so many times. He already looks like dried up beef jerky. Okay? He looks like Flavor Flav's younger brother girl that's saying something. okay? But for the sake of this live, I listened to Ivy and just hearing the pain in her voice and how, again, with queer people, we're always the ones that try our best to stay loyal and try to stay faithful to people who really don't deserve it. But everybody reaches a breaking point because, to Bootsy's point, he is a provider, and a lot of men, especially on these red pill platforms, have this basic idea, understanding about taking care of a human being. As long as I put a roof over your head, put food in your stomachs on the table, put clothes on your back, that I've done my job as a father. And you will hear Ivy say, as it says on the thumbnail, mentally and emotionally, you are lacking in those departments, because it's more than just physicality and money and tangible things. It is about the mental and emotional well-being of the human being as well, because there are just some things that money cannot buy. And for the individuals who are saying, yes it is, are the individuals who haven't had all the money in the motherfucking world to see the truth that it doesn't buy everything. And if it does buy happiness, it buys temporary, falsified happiness, not anything genuine or authentic. Okay? So if you can, please make sure you hit the like button to help this channel grow in the algorithms. I ask that you please share this live. And we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Now, the first one, well, before we do that, actually, let's read a little bit about Miss Ivy. Okay. She is an Instagram celebrity known as the Princess of the South. She is the firstborn child of Louisiana rapper Torrance Hatch, better known by his stage name Lil Bootsy. She has earned over 650,000 followers on her Instagram account. She shares clips of her rapping and music videos to her Instagram account. Now, before the fame, she began rapping in 2011 after her father was imprisoned for drug and murder charges. Okay, here's a little bit of trivia about her. At only 10 years old, she recorded her first single, Daughter of a King and Queen. She later went on to work on her debut album, Daddy's Little Girl. So again, we see that she's been trying to impress her father, trying to show admiration to her father, even with, you know, her debut album, even the first single, again, Daughter of a King and a Queen. Even though, no shade, Lil Bootsy has not made any of those women queens, but baby mamas. No shade, just being honest. Just being honest. What's up, Shed? What's going on? Okay. And she is currently 22 years old. On December 4th, she'll be 23 years old. So, again, you hear Lil Bootsy talking about, oh, the children. Come on, dog. Come on, dog. Don't let him cut the dick off, dog. Don't let him cut it off, dog. Come on, dog, man. You gonna snip the nuts too, dog? Like they a damn dog getting spayed or neutered or something. But now we're going from the realm of children, again, who are impressionable, as you say, to now a grown-ass, almost 23-year-old adult. So the first clip we're going to take a listen to is going to be a clip that was taken from the audience of one of Carisha Please's, one of her shows where she was interviewing Bootsy. And we're going to hear a little excerpt. Again, I always fail on this part. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by a copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. All the videos, songs, images, and graphics used in this live belong to their respective owners, and BubzDaGawd does not claim any right over them. So let's go ahead and get into Lil Bootsy's, okay, perspective on queerness when Carisha asked him, why are you always in gay people business? Okay, and how he brings up his daughter as an example. So let's go ahead and get into that. And again, fair use is enacted. Let's get into it. And again, I will be pausing. So if you want to hear these videos in their entirety without my commentary, the links are in the description box below. let's get with it.
Boosie, why you always in gay people business?
I don't really,
Why you always in gay people business?
Can I answer?
Yes.
I don't really be in gay people business. I just speak on what I don't agree with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't wake up thinking about gay people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just might say something every once in a while that I don't like. And as a voice, I have that right.
Correct.
I have that right for me.
Right.
I have that right for the sons that I'm
Right.
raising up to be men. I have that right.
Now hold on. You have a right to personally believe whatever you want to believe. And again, it's okay for you to speak about queerness when you involve your children into it. But you have no problem with queerness, as you stated, when it's two red bones kissing in the back seat doing lesbian behavior. Well, it's still behind closed doors where you publicly sing and not sing, but you publicly rap. Excuse me, Lil Boosie singing, what the fuck that sound like? You personally rap about what you do privately. So again, you're talking about your sexual experiences, your sexual conquest, and remember, your children are hearing this because again, Lil Boosie your daddy, and the kids at school know Lil Boosie songs and know Lil Boosie lyrics. So no matter where they go, they will not be able to hide from who Lil Boosie is. So again, it's really the hypocrisy for me. But we talking about Boosie, y'all. But what you expect?
If I don't like somebody doing something that a woman does, that is a woman trait, I'm gonna have something to say about it. You might as well get used to it.
And I want you to also pay attention to the fact that he's saying women trait. His commentary is really towards gay men because his daughter doesn't display what is known as woman traits or feminine traits. She has more masculine traits. But his commentary is really towards gay men. A lot of the red pills community's commentary is towards gay men or feminine men. And the issue is that when these men get on these platforms and speak their opinions be full of ignorance. And then when they again put it on a public platform, you open yourself up to also be challenged and to be educated, and you don't even want to be educated about something that you know nothing about, allegedly. And because you're holding on to this falsified sense of seeing yourself, you're fucking up your relationship with your daughter, who again, as we read the trivia, was giving such homage to you as a father. And you're going to hear Ivy talk about how she continues to give grace to her father when her father has not extended that limit of grace to her ass. But before we get into that, let's continue with this.
What is a woman trait? Your hair, your nails, your toes. That is a woman trait that been a trait since the 70s, 60s, 80s, 90s. What we look.
Well, obviously you missing some points because you have cis bio women that be telling trans women that you're not a real woman because you don't have a womb, you don't have a uterus, you don't have the shedding of the uterus, you know, known as periods. You can't lactate, you can't do any of these things. What Lil Boosie is talking about is a social construct. If a man has fingernail polish on his nails that is more of a masculine color or black, or hell, even having a little bit of shine or shellac or whatever the shit called on their damn fingers, all of a sudden it's a problem and an issue. These are societal things, and Lil Boosie is doing a good job upholding the societal viewpoints, even though again his music has destroyed more lives than queer people could do collectively together. Because Lil Boosie in one of my other lives, my other videos, stated that every rapper that look up to me die. Every rapper that looks up to me dies. Well, your daughter looks up to you and she's a rapper. Let's hope that's not the situation for her.
That women as she got some beautiful nails. So when me as a person listen to these people talking about slanging iron and shit, but you won't paint your nails and do all this other shit, you're double dipping.
Nigga, what the hell is double dipping? That's like Andrew Caldwell language right there. You double dipping. So, even if the individual, let's talk about the hood politics and trap politics and lingo and shit. Even if the trap nigga was a nigga who was a stone cold killer, had all the respect of all the trap drill ass niggas, they knew who the fuck he was, but this nigga simply has fingernail polish, or hell, his ass is like Omar, if I'm not mistaken, from The Wire, a whole trap ass, murdering, killing ass nigga, but was clapping other men's cheeks. This is what closed-mindedness looks like. And you have all this awareness about queerness and how quote-unquote wrong it is, but yet you don't have any sort of introspection or retrospection about yourself to be able to see how you again have contributed to more murders than queer people could ever do.
That is a woman trait. A woman already got to battle up against all these other girls on Instagram.
What's up, Chief Soul?
You got to battle against all these other people. Why you got to battle against a man? And why the women ain't saying nothing about it? The women, I got a voice. I'm saying, I know I look like I'm in everybody's business. But if you say something about it, you gonna look the same way. But it's no woman. There's no woman out there with a voice saying something about a man coming in bed with nails like her.
Girl, who is that using a vibrator in the background while they watching Boosie? This shit is disgusting. Y'all hear that loud ass sound?
Because
if it's cool, it's cool. If it's cool, you gotta let it be cool. If you ain't gonna say that. If it's cool, it's cool. Because you know why? If it's cool, then when your son asks to paint his nails, mama gotta go paint his nails. So we.
Do you see how fear-based this shit is? These niggas have such a vivid imagination about how the gay agenda is just destroying their children up and down, but yet be Helen Keller, blind, deaf, and dumb, and even she was able to get some sort of awareness, but they have all that shit going on and they can't have that awareness about themselves. I would have more respect for Boosie if Boosie was over here and he pretended and was really performative about giving his life to Christ and at least became a preacher and a pastor, so at least on the outside you look like you didn't change your shit up. Then I can somewhat understand. But you don't even renounce the music that you create that contributes to the murder of so many other individuals, especially in the South. Do you know that there are documentaries right now on Lil Boosie about how his connections, allegedly I'm going to say, to all type of murders, and again out of his own mouth, every rapper that looks up to me dies. You building all type of shit in your compound, a brand new house, a brand new this, a brand new that, but yet you not building no brand new schools in motherfucking Georgia or wherever the hell you at down south. You ain't building nothing like that. You ain't building no black grocery stores, no black banks. Nothing of the sort. You'll build it in your own compound and show everybody how much money you have, but meanwhile it's not bringing the happiness that you desire in your life or creating the glue to hold your family together. Because you've even opened up your mouth and said that the only time your family reach out to you, sir, is when they want some money. So now you have the opportunity to connect with your daughter, who, again, allegedly, I'm not in your business, who's not even asking you for money. All she's asking for you to do is to give her some of your time and your love and her affection, even if that means she's queer. And you struggle in that. Let's continue.
You gonna ask him, is it cool with all the parents out there when your child asks you? Because all his favorite people who he look up to, all of them got it.
Well, no shade, just like I said, and I'm gonna say it again because it came out your mouth. And just like you stated, if I had to make a choice, I'd rather my son wear nails and be quote unquote, if we're gonna play that game, if we're looking at it from your standpoint, Bootsy, I'd rather my child have motherfucking fingernails and have all the other type of shit that you talking about, as opposed to, again, every rapper that look up to me die. I'd rather him be living his best motherfucking life, no matter how fabulous it is, as opposed to getting a knock at my damn door at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning with motherfucking red and blue lights and shit outside my damn front yard, with police sitting there with a sad look on their face and saying my son's name because he got caught up in the trap shit that your ass created. Let's continue.
So next he coming to mama. Mama, can I get my nails done? What you gonna say, Karish?
Now, no shade. One queerphobic person is calling out another queerphobic person, because Carisha has even been alleged, if I'm not mistaken, to have said the fact that if her son came to her and said some gay shit, that it would be a prominent issue, even though she is very, very good friends with Santana. Do you understand the hypocrisy here? How many lives have we done where people who are ex-gay told their stories about how their parents, who are very ex-gay and very queerphobic, have queer people as friends? As if though that means some shit. And then they never ever bring the friends on the platform to have the real ass conversation, because then again their friendship would be challenged. But let's listen to Carisha give her response. And what's going on, Rewind? Make sure y'all leave your comments down below. Please make sure y'all like the button, and please make sure you like the button. Girl, make sure you hit the like button. Like the button and hit the button, okay? Let's continue.
What I would say is I have said some ignorant shit before in the past, and I feel like you have to accept people for who they are. And
now, mind you, this is a room full of black people. Keep that in mind too. This is a room full of black people. These are these red pill spaces, pink pill spaces, whatever black spaces on YouTube. Just imagine all of them being in a room together. Listen to the reactions. Let's continue.
I think that you're raised that it's wrong. But life is
Yes,
life.
I am.
Life
I'm
is
a
life.
Southern Baptist.
Everybody
I
is
wouldn't say
different in life.
I'm a Southern Baptist.
Girl, you might as well be Kojic at this damn point, like it make a difference.
At the end of the day, that's my mom.
Your dad was a pastor. You grew up in the
No,
church.
my grandfather was a pastor.
You grew up in the church.
I grew up in the church. I'm born in the crack area. You had to go to church, or you would be on crack.
Well, no shade. You look like you was recovering from it.
They had to go to church. They did not everybody went to church.
Oh, wait a minute. There's a third alternative. You could either go to church, you can either be on the crack, or you could be the one selling the crack. Let's not forget, sir. Let's not act like, come on now. Come on, sir. You was slinging yayo and slinging all type of shit too now. Come on now. Let's not act like you was in church the whole time. Let's not act like you was digging bootsy and shit. Love the Lord, he heard my cry.
I'm real. You're right. I'm a Southern Baptist. I feel a certain way about a lot. I was raised a certain way.
Yeah, so I think that's like, you know, we was in church, you know.
Girl, what?
But I think that when you grow, when you get older, you wiser. You know, everybody is different in life. Nobody's the same.
Hello?
You gotta love people for who they are.
I do. I mean, I love people. I have gay people in my family. I just don't condone the issue. It's not coming. I'm raising a generation.
So when your daughter came out and told you she was gay,
It was nothing.
Now listen to this part, because again, the next clip we're going to play is Ivy sharing her own words. And Ivy, no shade, if you happen to listen to this, because no shade, a lot of times when I tag people or I do a video on people, those people do be watching. No shade, it's just a part of BubzDaGawd experience, okay? We give quality over here. Quantity will come. Quality is what's important. If you ever hear this, I hope that you sit through this live. I hope that you sit through this part about your father, because I'm pretty sure you have to even deal with battling yourself about holding your father accountable, but at the same time being like, hold on, y'all, that's still my dad. Sorry, this is my old ass chair, y'all. That's still my dad. That's still my father. But I hope that you listen to it, because I want you to know that there are queer people out here that have been doing the work, who is loving themselves and creating a stronger foundation so that individuals like yourself and those coming after you who are going to also be looking up to you, just like how you looked up to your father, there are going to be other rappers, male and female, that will look up to you. Some will look up to you for your talent, some will look up to you for other things, but regardless, still look up to you and see you as a motivating force in their life. No Aaliyah and no Ron Isley. But I hope that you sit through the entire thing if you listen. But let's continue.
I mean, she still can't bring her situation to our house. My daughter is grown.
well, why? She's wrong.
Because I don't want it to contaminate her others. It's a generation we raising.
Boom. That's it right there. One thing about Boosie and one thing about queerphobic people, especially when they get a motherfucking mic, they will tell on they damn selves. He literally just said it right there. I don't want her to contaminate my children with that fag shit, that dyke shit. Okay, let's take that logic and say that's the case. Maybe your daughter became a dyke because she heard her father talk about two red bones kissing in the back seat and how that shit turned him on. Then maybe she ended up manifesting the lyrics that came out of your motherfucking mouth. And now maybe she decided that she liked it, especially since, again, she naming everything in homage to you. Again, first debut album, Daddy's Little Girl. She only got one daddy, right? Hold on one second. My bad. Like, let's play that game. Maybe you're the reason why she's a lesbian. Cause she's daddy's, she's the princess of the South. Meaning you're the king, right, of the South. She's the princess of the South. And I would wonder what it would be like to sit down and actually like have an interview or like a one-on-one conversation with Ivy. I bet she has so much to share. And I ain't talking about, oh girl, I'm about to be messy and it's the exclusive. I'm not a messy ass person because I understand how karma works. But as far as how she can transcend that pain and to come into her own, because even when we listen to, again, well, you haven't heard it yet, but I said it, again, her perspective. She wants to have her own identity. She doesn't want to be known as Lil Boosie's daughter. First, she wants to be who she is, and she also happens to be Lil Boosie's daughter. But let's continue to listen to the father who knows everything there is to know about fathers.
I don't want her to get too contaminated to her other 6, 7 sisters who look up to her. I want them to bring me great.
But you contaminated your son with whole spirit by having some grown ass women come in and give fellatio to your underage son and nephew or cousin or whoever the other nigga was, right? See, this is what I'm talking about. Do you want to speak with all this? Oh, I know what's really going on, but yet everything that come out your mouth has been death and destruction. And you just found a way to capitalize on it and make a bunch of money on it. You ain't out here doing no damn shit with Kirk Franklin. You ain't out here doing no damn gospel album. You ain't down here on your knees asking God to help your ass. But when it come down to homosexuality, and I keep telling y'all this, y'all insert the Bible. You heard him say, "Oh well, my grandfather was a preacher," and look at how the fuck that turned out for you. No shade. Again, y'all brought the Bible. Y'all brought Jesus into the situation. Or better yet, y'all interpretation from your pastor, who also got to be educated under somebody else, as opposed to having free thinking and free connection. Instead of being able to explore the diversity of God, the diversity, unlimited diversity and levels of the human experience. The issue is, it be a lot of people out here that got mics and want to speak their opinions, but they're not ready to back that up factually. But they're ready to back it up physically, though, especially when they know they're in the wrong. And this is also what happens when black men, and I'm gonna keep talking about black men because I am a black man. Fuck being gay, I'm still a man. But this is what happens when black men lack mental and emotional awareness that makes you, first of all, first and foremost, a better man. Don't you want to be better? You ain't got to be, which is why we can see what the fuck is going on here, but you have the opportunity to be better. And by you being better, you're then better for everyone else. You'll be able to strengthen your connection with your damn daughter. But see, the real reason why you don't want to do that is because, again, with you being a drill trap ass nigga, y'all don't play that shit, even though allegedly I don't fuck with trade, but y'all be playing them games in the midnight hour. Now, I guess I'm kind of privileged because I like feminine men, gay men. And usually a lot of them have very good hygiene. I don't have time to be fucking with no trap ass nigga girl that you can smell him after he's left 30 minutes ago. No thank you. Some of us don't enjoy the scent of funky ass balls and fucking crunchy ass, stale ass backwoods as a scent. That's not a cologne. That's not a mating call. That's not a pheromone. That's just nastiness. And as an individual who had a grandfather as a pastor, as a preacher, as a minister, as a reverend, didn't they tell you that cleanliness is next to godliness?
Grandchildren the right way.
Yeah, Boosie crazy.
If I want grandchildren the right way, that's what I'm gonna stand on.
If you want grandchildren the right way, you will stop making music that kill the children before they can be parents. Start with yourself, nigga. That's the thing. You want to be respected in the community like you say you do? Money ain't gonna be able to do that, pimping. And even with the money, you don't even utilize it in the right way to actually build something. It's more of a performative thing. So if you want to make sure that your generation continues to grow, then maybe stop making music that not only will fuck up your generation, but the generations of other people who actually listen to you and look up to you. Because again, you came out your mouth, pimping, and stated all the rappers, not some, not a few, not just these groups of motherfuckers who take it to the extreme or do too much. All the rappers that look up to me die. That came out of your mouth. Whoo, Lord Jesus. I'm praying for black men. I'm praying for black men. Not praying P-R-E-Y-I-N-G. I'm not doing that. I'm P-R-A-Y-I-N-G for black men. because I want black men to be better, because when black men are better, fathers become better, brothers become better, husbands on both sides of the fence, bitch, become better, communities become better, experiences become better. What's up, Let's Talk?
You know, if I don't want my other little girl to look at that and say, what's that, daddy?
Contaminated.
To somebody she looks up to, it's not gonna come around. My grandpa didn't let it. My daddy didn't let it. And I didn't let it. I just hope the one under me, when they take this throne, they don't let it. Because
that's if they ass is still alive.
That's not what our family believe in. Like you say, we Southern Baptists. You know, I love me and my daughter relationship like this. But when she understands everything, she know daddy don't go, she know. But that's what she chooses to do. But she know we don't go, we don't go for that. I'm like Whitney Houston, mama. That shit gonna stay over there.
Okay. That's enough. A little Bootsy. Now that we've heard Bootsy, that literally shares the same fuck ass sentiments of a lot of red pill spaces, no shade. Now that we've heard that ignorant ass shit, let's listen from Ivy's own mouth. Just like again Bootsy stated that all the rappers that look up to me die. Out of his mouth, let's listen out of her own mouth. We ain't gotta speculate no more. We ain't gotta guess no motherfucking more. We don't need TMZ trying to risk their goddamn life getting shot and having motherfucking hungry ass Rottweilers biting them in the ass and shit, trying to get exclusives by trying to peer inside the windows and plant microphones in the house to hear what's going on. We're gonna hear from Ivy's own mouth in response to all the commentary that her father has been giving over the years in interviews in reference to her daughter's sexuality. Let's take a listen to the other side of the conversation.
Man, I really don't even know where to start for real, because this ain't even my character. I don't really be getting on here and giving y'all what y'all want. But I feel like my daddy want me to give y'all what y'all want, and he want me to give him what he want as well. Okay, so...
Now before she gets into that, it reads, Bootsy's daughter, Ivy, emotionally calls him out for constantly attacking her sexuality. Quote, I've never badmouthed you as a father, but mentally and emotionally, you suck.
He always speaking on my sexuality. The whole world know that. And it been about 2 years now that I be quiet. I keep quiet on the shit. I wouldn't say nothing. You know, I just go with the flow. I did everything in my power to understand that this is my father, regardless. Like, I'm gonna accept him and love him for who he is.
Now, that is something that even queer people struggle to get to a point to as well, because when they have these experiences of their parents, the ones that are supposed to be their first love, the ones that are supposed to be the protector and the provider and someone to help them build a foundation in this human experience on planet Earth, when they sit up here and deny you, be the first ones to deny you. You know the world gonna deny you because the world ignorant as fuck. But for people that you love and care about denying you in that type of way, that can fuck you up. And a lot of hurt and resentment and pain and all that shit be there. That can also fuck up your own life. But she said she's gotten to a point to where it's like, hey, I've learned to love my dad for who he is and who he is not. But now that I am an adult and I am growing in who I am and I'm understanding what affirmation feels like and the lack of the affirmation that I really needed from you, because again, Daddy's Little Girl, my first debut album. I'm a princess. I'm your little princess. All this stuff of giving to you, you have not given back to me. And the only way you've given back to me that you think is sufficient is financially. to where she's saying, as far as the finances, I'm trying to make my own shit. I pay for my own shit. You will hear her say that. But as far as the daddy's love that I deserve, not when I'm just a little ass child that you can spoil and you can sit up here and play the protector role and all this other type of stuff, but not love me as the individual that is growing in life from a fucking toddler to a child to a preteen to a teen to a young adult growing into an adult. Are you going to be able to love me through this fucking journey? And no shade, we should have knew that the answer was no, because he has so many fucking baby mamas. Maybe if he loved himself, he would have a queen as opposed to baby mothers. So how he gonna really be able to give that love to his damn daughter if he can't give it to somebody else's grown ass fucking daughter?
So I just seen he recently did an interview with Carisha, and he used the word contaminating. And putting my siblings in it with that. If you know me, this shit make me so mad.
Right.
If you know me, I love and respect my siblings with everything in me. And they respect me and love me with everything in them. When you getting on their nerves, I'm who they call. My siblings, most of my siblings, teenagers. Teenagers you don't want to let grow up. But okay. Another thing. You keep speaking on me gay. You keep doing interviews and I don't say nothing, right? The first ever interview you did, you said you found out I was gay, that I like girls and I had a girlfriend from a picture that went viral. That was a lie. I let that slide. I never addressed it. You found out I was gay a year before that. The incident happened in Jamaica when I was a gay B-word, when you called me a gay B-word. So if the world really knew all the things and the hurtful things you told me before and I forgave you, you wouldn't even understand.
So now again, we're dealing with the queerphobic experiences or reactions from the parents. And this is why I be trying to tell other people who are parents. First of all, if you ask me, I think before anybody should be a parent, there should be a mental and emotional evaluation before you even have children. Because again, you keep telling us the fags that we can't have the kids because the two dicks and the two coochie lips ain't gonna equate to shit. Even though we have the parts to bring children into this world. But that you have to provide for the whole well-being of this person. This is not just some cute-ass project that look like you because I got baby fever. You're bringing in another consciousness, another energy source coming here to have a fucking experience. This whole, oh, I'm the daddy, I'm grown shit, y'all gonna have to learn how to transmute that shit. Because yeah, you the daddy and you grown, but you still fucking learn. You don't just stop learning because you got the motherfucking degrees and student loan debt to prove it. This is life. You're learning every fucking day. An old dog can learn a new trick if it want to. So again, the children that y'all supposed to be protecting share their own experiences about how some of y'all are queerphobic as fuck, and I've even had some of my own, and I've even shared them plenty of times on my other lives of having a very queerphobic father who deeply rooted in religion. But in the midst of all that, she still decided to forgive her father. Meanwhile, this raccoon, diabetic raccoon-eyed burnt ass tired looking motherfucker girl is gonna get on all these public platforms and talk all this shit, even about your daughter and your damn fucking kids. where you got other motherfuckers in the damn audience talking about what? Oh, what? Anyway, continue.
And no matter how you feel, at the end of the day, nigga, I'm your blood.
They don't mean shit nowadays. And think about that. She's practicing so much as far as like holding the fuck back, because she's sitting there trying to just find the right words to think, because at the end of the day, even though she's daddy's little girl, daddy didn't treat her as good as he could have, mentally and emotionally. In the midst of that, she's still holding on to the loyalty, because that's my dad. That's my dad. Yes, my dad has created horrible shit. Yes, my dad has contributed to murders more so than queer people could. Yes, my father even gets on these platforms and use my story as a way to dig at queer people. I still forgive you, and I still be riding with you, but you can't even give that back to me and then use the excuse of, oh, well, I provide for you tangibly, or I brought you into this world, as if though that's a fucking thing you can say. No, that's a fucking cop-out. Welcome to what being a parent means, bitch. Parent means I'm going to love my child regardless of whatever fucking happens. Just like how a lot of y'all go to church, again, I'm a Southern Baptist, and fall on your face and ask the Lord to forgive you after you done murked a nigga 2 days ago. Get out my face.
And me, I feel like I done been through the most with you. And every time I turn around, it's like you bashed me.
Every
like
time I
bashed
turn
me.
around.
And it's like the whole world can go against you, but Ivy won't. Since I've been a little girl, I never would go against you. And I think I'm really fed up. And you get to talking about God. Like, I don't know my God. He talking about God and how I grew up. I know my God from Nita. From my mama.
A black woman. Remember Boosie? My granddaddy did it. My father did it. And I'm gonna do it. But she said out her own mouth that none of them niggas did. It was a black woman. Preachers, pushers, pimps. I just felt that in the spirit.
My mama sent me scriptures every morning. My mama put me in a church home. I don't recall not one time I'm ever getting up with you and you taking me to the Lord's house. I don't never recall it.
Wow.
I didn't learn that from you.
Wow. But got up here and told everybody on Carisha Please, girl, that he's a Southern Baptist man who did all this shit. That's why motherfuckers in the comment and in the audience was like, girl, Boosie is crazy. I'm glad that there are some black people who are waking up to the bullshit and looking at these performative ass niggas who, when you look into their own lives and how they treat their own family and how they fucking treat themselves mentally and emotionally, they would tell you everything the fuck you need to know about them.
I learned to hustle from you. I learned to not let nobody play with me from you. Even if it's you. You get what I'm saying? And it's crazy because I never downplayed you. I never said you was a bad father, because you're not. You gonna make sure your kids straight.
Financially.
You always gonna do that.
Financially.
But emotionally, mentally, you suck.
That's it. That's it. That's all we saying. To all the queerphobic people, y'all suck mentally and emotionally. Y'all fear-based opinions and perspectives that y'all don't even investigate y'all goddamn selves, okay, is what's really destroying queer people, just like this woman here. And we're talking about the personal, intimate connections. Fuck what the world gonna say, because the world gonna do what the world gonna do. The world needs to help itself. It's when it's, again, I'm your blood. I've done all this loyalty for you. I've sat here and rolled with you, even though you've kicked me in my shin and pushed me and said all this other type of stuff to me mentally and emotionally that fucked me up. And then again, because you got money, you gonna come over here and do the daddy daycare shit. Let me go ahead and shower you, candy cane your ass, give you all this shit, buy you all this shit, whatever you want, be the envy of all your friends and shit like that. But meanwhile, they got all this material shit, but they ain't got no mommy or no mother, to where the father honors the mother. I mean, isn't that one of the cornerstones of the church, the family? So you're talking about Southern Baptists, but yet you don't even have a family. And I mean a complete family. Your family would be called, especially some of these red pill plant spaces, would be called a broken family, because now these are baby mothers. But now you have the moral obligation to use Southern Baptists and the church against the queer people. Meanwhile, your own daughter calling you out about what I really learned from you out of the mouth of babes.
You suck, bro. And I know you suck with that, because you rather go to the internet and have a conversation with the internet about your kids before you come to us and have that conversation. He done did about 6-7 interviews about me being gay, right? He never not have one sit down with me, myself, just him and Aviana, and ask me why you became that way, fat. What triggered you? It never been that. Every question y'all asking him, and he giving y'all them answers. If I go ask him that, he wouldn't give me an answer.
Just like how on certain red pill panels, girl, when the queer people in the comment section, or they not watching or they in the bushes, they talk all this shit. They have all this information, all this knowledge, all this wisdom. They know exactly what it is. They know how it started. They know when it went about. They know about the future of how it's gonna fuck shit up. They just have this inner over and understanding, complete 360 awareness of the situation about queerness. But then when you get on the platform and you ask them questions, they don't even really know how to give you a fucking answer. Or a real answer, which means just say what's really on your mind. Because y'all be struggling to hold that back. Just be honest. At least Boosie was honest about his feelings. Now, his daughter is being honest about her experience with him, which kind of contradicts what he be saying. That's what I mean by performative.
You know what I'm saying? He don't the things that he do, bruh, I would have never thought he would do. And it's like, I came to the point to where yesterday, it just really did it to me, because I'm like, bro, I would always not say something, because I would feel like I'm not finna get on here and disrespect my pops. I'm not finna get on here and go against the grain and go against my daddy. Nobody finna make me do that. But it's like, you making me do that. They not even making me do that. You making me do that, nigga, because you steady speaking on me.
So again, like I said, it's one thing about the world and the people outside of you saying shit about your daddy, because again, that's your daddy. And let's remember, that's why I read what I read in the beginning about Ivy. She looks up to her father. Her father is her role model. She is the princess of the South. Daddy's Little Girl debut album. She's been living under the shadow of her father. But now that shadow is becoming very much of a detriment to her mental and emotional health well-being, and literally being a roadblock in her ascension and evolution to be who the fuck she is, because she grown now, got her own shit. And maybe she'll break the generational curse and actually be the first one to have a fucking wife as opposed to a baby mama. I mean, I don't think she can make her a baby mama. That's what y'all tell us. So maybe she'll break the fucking cycle. You know, the cycle that he, the father, is supposed to have completed.
Steady. Like, I would respect if you just say,
what's up, Harold?
Just one time, just say, my daughter know how I feel about that. Can we move on to the next question? I can never get that from you. If y'all go look at my interviews, y'all will see. Anytime they try to make it like my daddy don't fuck with me or he this and that, I say he love me regardless. This my pops. I ain't going against him. Y'all ain't gonna turn me against him. I always stood on it. And it's like, I feel like you just don't be caring. You just don't care about my feelings no more. You just don't care about my heart. Because you entitled to feel how you feel. You entitled to your own opinion. Everybody is.
Right.
Everybody is.
Right.
And then another thing, I take a lot.
Before she goes into that, I want y'all to fully understand this. This is something that queer people, whether it's queer children, queer teens, queer adults, or queer elderly people, on a lot of our experiences, there are some that are having better experiences of love and affirmation, and we love that and we want more of that. But on a bigger scale, unfortunately, these are the conversations and the thoughts that run through our mind about our parents when they are operating out of fear. Because again, if there should be anybody who should love you and should be down for you like 4 flat tires, it should be that. I mean, Boosie, I don't want to hear shit about you not being there for your damn child, but if your daughter was out there doing some drug shit, you would want her to keep her motherfucking mouth shut and not actually do the right thing, because it will fuck your life up. So y'all can go ahead and have such love and affirmation for these type of trauma bond rituals that y'all have that involve murder and death and all this other type of shit, and keep it on the low to the point to where that whole motherfucking energy has blanketed the entire community to where they're fucking scared to even tell the truth to better their community, because you niggas will come through and unalive they ass for fucking up your goddamn fucked out ass fantasy. But yet you can't even sit up here. I would somewhat, it would still be fucked up, but again, I could somewhat understand this energy from Boosie if he had a feminine gay son. But you have a lesbian daughter. Y'all can talk about bitches together. Hell, she could help your ass on how to eat the pussy right, so you can find you a woman that want to marry your ass and stop this whole baby mama bullshit that your sons are seeing. Fuck the fag shit. They're seeing what type of father you are. Oh, you ain't got to be committed to these bitches. Fuck these bitches and get money. Because again, how many baby mothers do you have? You talking about influences for your children. That's influencing your damn son that he can't have no connection with a female, because if so, she'll use that shit against you, because bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Even got Pastor Jamal saying these hoes ain't loyal, and is teaching your daughters that guess what, niggas ain't shit. Meanwhile, the universe throws in a motherfucking Uno draw 4 card in this bitch, or a wild card in this bitch to kind of shake it up. It's always the black sheep that end up destroying the generational curses and cycles. And you can't even affirm that. Please make it make sense.
A backlash from you. I take a lot of backlash from you, Pops. Like a lot of people be scared to work with me. A lot of people don't want to work with me. A lot of opportunities have been missed because you are my father. But that's something I can't change.
And let's talk about that part. Again, she's having opportunities that benefit her that are being destroyed because your father is Boosie. He says very anti-queer things. Meanwhile, Boosie probably feel the same way. If I sit up here and talk all this shit about the queer community and I love and affirm my queer daughter, that means I then now have to be accountable, and I don't know how to do that because I'm a trap ass nigga that's used to having money to be able to fix these problems, even if it means unaliving a bitch. And the gag is, Boosie would probably have more profitable opportunities if he was to be affirming, because the queer community would want to be able to have people as an ally. And we're not talking about ally as if though we trying to fuck Boosie. Girl, I would, no shade, his daughter over 21. I'd rather let Lil Boosie's daughter strap me the fuck down. Treat me like a motherfucking femme bitch. Okay, before I let Boosie do anything to me. I'd rather become T.S. Bubs before I ever do anything with Boosie. Please understand that, girl. If they said choose Boosie or choose death, girl, I'm giving the Grim Reaper a hell of a blowjob, bitch. Can we go? Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't go around like, I don't fuck with that nigga anyway, because he don't fuck with me. I don't do that just so I can get on. You know what I'm saying? And with this music shit, if you broadcast my music the way you broadcast me being gay,
hello,
maybe I'll be further than what I am.
And I don't need your money for that. All I need is for you to share my shit. Again, daddy's little girl, I'm giving you praise, but as an adult, you can't even use your influence and your resources to be able to help promote my shit. But yet you over here building all type of goddamn houses and goddamn condominiums and all type of motherfucking Boosieville shit in your backyard and showing everybody on Instagram all your shit, but you can't even share my shit as your daughter. To where it don't cost a thing for you to say, okay, baby, let me share your shit on social media, on Instagram. Let me share your shit on Twitter. What are videos? I'm in the studio recording with my daughter. I'm in the studio with my daughter. Where's all that at? No, you too busy using your daughter again as a talking point against queer people to your own children's detriment. The fuck?
But you so worried about me being gay, you can't even see my true talent. The world always talking about, I know your dad is so proud of you. He should be so proud of you and all that. Man, I don't remember the last time he told me that. I don't remember the last time I got that from him. And I'm always grateful. It don't matter what he gives me. It don't matter. And I barely even ask him for something. That's why I want my own so bad. That's why I'm hosting the debut. That's why I'm trying to do little features. That's why I'm doing little interviews, because I want my own. I want my own, and he know that. He know that, bro. Like, that don't make no sense. I pay for most of my videos. I pay for most of this. You not doing nothing. You not supporting me like you should. And I don't hold that against you. I don't hold that against you. I still love you. I still don't downplay you, talk about you. But I'm tired of sparing. I'm tired of sparing, and I'm tired of just feeling like I'm just letting you play with me because you my pops. I'm tired of feeling like that. And I love you regardless. I'm always gonna love you. But there's no way I'm finna keep letting you speak on me and I'm not gonna speak on you. There's no way I can't do that.
And I want y'all parents to understand, for all y'all parents that be sitting here talking to your child and shit like that, there will come a day where your child will become grown and they will make up in their fucking mind to be themselves. Well, if you be yourself, you gonna be out my house. That's perfectly fine, but you also don't get to have no fucking contact with me either. You see what happens when y'all play the game? Literally allowing fear to fuck up your relationship with your child, and you can't even educate your goddamn self because you too worried about what people gonna think about you as Lil Boosie the rapper and Lil Boosie as a black man, as opposed to Lil Boosie the fucking father. Meanwhile, you have had niggas who have murdered other niggas, and you can put them on a t-shirt talking about free mook mook. What the fuck? We can talk about dysfunction. And what's sad, but at the same time transformative, which is why I'm giving my commentary on it, and hopefully it will stand out from other people's commentary from a spiritual standpoint, is because what would have been the best solution is for both of them to go to family therapy or counseling and to be able to talk this shit out. But both parties would have to be willing. I feel like Ivy would be willing, but Bootsy, no, he's a little Bootsy. What the fuck I need to talk to a bitch for? Especially in the black community, going to a therapist means you're crazy, unfortunately. But since she again has kept her mouth shut for the longest time, still smiling and biting through, again, the queer people, always the ones that's persevering, always the ones that have long suffering, always the ones that still try to choose peace, always the ones that come in with the information, always that come into the dangerous situations trying to hopefully make a change, and look at what we're met. And then I can only imagine what's gonna happen now, because now that this is out in the public, a lot of people in social media are going to twist the narrative and want to stoke the flames of Bootsy versus his daughter, as opposed to it being a learning, transformative moment. But in a sense, it could be for Ivy, because Ivy says she's finding her own sound, finding her own identity, and that's the point. And for a lot of queer people who are going through this situation, I want you to understand that when you grow and evolve, there are some people who are not going to be able to go with your ass, including those close to you, whether it's blood, whether it's just a communal thing, whether it's a platonic thing. There are just some people who are not going to be able to grow with you, and that is okay and all right. Because she says she don't need her father. But if you're going to speak publicly, and just like she said, you taught me not to take no shit. So how am I gonna sit up here and you tell me not to take no shit, but you supposed to be the exception? That wouldn't be real. So now that she's an adult and can do for herself, I'm not gonna also let you talk about me publicly. I'm not gonna sit up here and let you control my narrative, and then when other motherfuckers ask me to respond to your shit, I am still daddy's little girl. I am still the princess of the South, and even struggling with holding on to that. But at the same time, I may always and forever be your princess, but I'm a queen now. And that's queen with a Q or a queen with a K, because she's a masculine presenting female. So hell, whatever it is, still queen. Whether she wants to be a fellow studsman, whether she don't, that's her experience. That's her unique path. These be the same people who talking about protect the children. Meanwhile, in their own motherfucking household, girl.
For the people that do support me and do know Ivy, I appreciate you. With everything in my heart, I appreciate y'all for allowing me to just be myself, express myself through this music, through YouTube channels, anything I want to do. I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? And it's fucked up because the haters, like, that's something I can be used to. Like, they don't know me. They can comment on my life and do what they want. That's something that I can't let get me upset.
That part.
You though?
Oh.
You though, like, you know me. You my daddy. You don't continue to down me. You don't do that. You don't do that, especially if I ain't never do it to you. I ain't never done that to you. It's certain things that the world would never know that I'll take to my grave for you, and you know that. You know that. It's certain things that I know, certain conversations that you done told me, certain hurtful words you done told me, that half of the people that still respect you wouldn't even respect you. And you know this. You know this, bruh. But I'm really kind of disappointed that I had to come on here and do this, and I let it get to me like this. But bruh, I feel like this is the only way I can feel better. And y'all probably say, why you don't call him, why you don't go to him, why he don't call me and come to me?
Come on. Hello.
Why he don't do me that?
Hello.
So, with that being said, that'll be my last time speaking on it. As long as it's his last time speaking on it, and it probably won't be. I'll just put this. I use my music to vent. And if y'all would have been listening, y'all would have been hearing little things in my music, because that's what I use to vent. That's what I use to cope. So in October, I'll drop a new project. Y'all subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Yes,
subscribe to me and Jordan YouTube channel. I've enjoyed it. And I pray that everybody just keep being them. Be you. Because you. And at the end of the day, everybody is human. You human, I'm human, and he human too. Yeah. If he don't know it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Damn, I'm back on the contaminating, because why would you even say that? Like, you make it sound like I'm, like, ill or something. Like, nigga, what? Like, contaminating. If anything, you're contaminating. How about that? You got a whole song about two girls kissing in the backseat. You've been performing this since I was about 3-4 years old. So what you talking about? You still performing on the stage now. If that ain't contaminating, then what is?
Shout out to ONSLAUGHT. Let me tell you something. I keep telling y'all from a spiritual perspective, bitch. It is best to love your motherfucking self while you got a chance. Do it while you can now. Love yourself now, bitch. Heal from your shit now, bitch. Confront your shit now, bitch. And I ain't saying you gotta be motherfucking Superman super duper level, but you gotta at least have a basic understanding and foundation, because again, accountability is coming for everybody. Everybody. There is nowhere you're going to be able to run and hide from. You're going to have to deal with it. And the gag is, like I said before, from a spiritual perspective, this is one of the universal laws, the law of cause and effect. What you resist will persist. Here it is, Boosie speaks so much about queerness and all this other type of bullshit that he literally manifested that experience, or the universe said, well, since you are an ignorant ass person, you don't know what you're giving me, I'm going to give you what you give me. You're ignorant to it until you become conscious and aware, so now I'm going to make your daughter's experience be on the queer spectrum. And the reason why I'm doing commentary again on Boosie and Ivy is because that type of experience, even though it's unique in its own way with Boosie and Ivy in particular, their names and their life experiences, the energy, the conversations, the opinions, the perspectives, the fear is always the motherfucking same. And one of the benefits of loving yourself is the fact that you start to grow in your discernment about other people's fucking energy. One, because you understand what energy is for yourself. Again, it's a basic foundational understanding, and then you grow because there's levels to this shit. But then you also can gauge that energy with other people. I've already told you, when I went on one red pill platform and I was in the backstage with everybody else was commenting and greeting each other, but meanwhile here I am to myself, and just the eyes and the quietness and the awkward ass tension in the fucking air, girl, in the internet air, bitch, that you could slice with a damn knife, a butter knife at that. And then when I, again the queer person, breaking the fucking ice, trying to be inclusive, trying to be communal, I ask and say, well, can we at least say that y'all are ignorant on queerness? And I even broke it down and said ignorant meaning that you don't know. And then being told that they know everything and they know all about it, it'd be like, this is the shit that we as queer people have to deal with. You're talking about delusion. Delusional would be submitting to the fear and actually harming y'all objectively. That would be delusional. It would be us harming y'all on the offense like y'all do us. That would be delusional. Because we would be playing into the same fucking cycle that y'all playing in. As much as I want to believe that homosexuality is not a problem in blackness, it is a big issue and a problem in blackness. And even for the black community and their viewpoints on the queer community and all this other type of stuff, and Obama and all this other type of stuff gave y'all these rights, I want y'all to understand that, first of all, laws, people break them all the fucking time. They can be changed. And secondly, all that stuff was put in place for white queer people, not black queer people. So we don't really benefit from them, as we can see from the trans murders, as we can see from the queer experiences, as we can see from y'all's perception about children and queerness. But again, to me, self-love is the answer, and I'm glad that Ivy has a certain level of awareness about herself. I'm so grateful for that. I would hope to one day have a conversation, whether it's private. I would love for it to be public. You know, I will be respectful to her about Boosie and shit and reading the fuck out of him, girl, out of respect. Again, the emotional awareness, intelligence part. But I would love to be able to sit down and talk to her and just, first of all, commend her on her being strong. Because as much as Lil Boosie was over here talking about Dwayne and Gabrielle's child and why are you doing this, dog? Why you about to be the topic of conversation now, sir? Your child is about to, just like how you was over there critiquing them and everybody in your comment section saying, oh, Boosie, I agree with you. You right, Boosie. That shit weird. That's that gay agenda shit. All that type of shit. I wonder what it's going to be like now that your daughter is the topic of conversation and now motherfuckers going to be asking you about her sexuality. To know that her experience is going to overshadow your works now. Your interviews now, because that's got to be one of the questions that people gonna want to know what's going on. And to be honest, that's really when you become the most viral, when you are speaking against the queer community. So again, for you, it's a ploy and a tactic. Just like a lot of these red pill spaces be giving a commentary on queer people and black women as a shock value for clicks and views. Meanwhile, these individuals don't have a diet plan and the fucking dedication to stick to it. But yet they know about, girl. Let me look at y'all comments real quick. Well, before I do that, let me get my other background music together. Hold on. Before we do that, I just want to say, firstly, no, let's leave Ivy last. Let's deal with Boosie ass. Boosie, I don't even know if you will see this, and if you don't, I really don't give a damn, cause you can be who you gonna be, and the universe gonna get your ass, sir, cause you got a lot of karma coming your damn way, and that has nothing to do with queerness, girl. No shade, okay? But if you happen to listen to this, I want you to know that there is still hope for you as a black man to become a better black man. You are going to have to deal with the fact that if you accept queer people, that you are going to have to insert a dick into your ass. And let's just say allegedly, that is some thoughts that run across your mind. I think it would be best for you to go to a therapist and talk to them about those things so that it can remain confidential, on the low. Shh, don't tell nobody. Ass type of energy. Before you speak on queerness, I think it's best that you end up having interviews about your involvement of a lot of black on black crime and murders and deaths that the good doc, shout out to the doc, told me that even though a black mortician who is doing the dirty, nasty, unimaginable work of preparing your child to be presented for the last time is sick and tired of seeing black boys and black girls at young fucking ages being riddled with bullet holes, putting all type of embalming fluid in their bodies to where it comes out of their eyes as if though they're crying, and taking the coffins and the fucking autopsy photos and shit that are very tame, mind you, in comparison to what he really sees, to bring awareness to the community and be told that the community is not gonna fucking care. You want to do something different, Boosie? Start with that. All the motherfucking rappers that look up to you and fucking died, you need to be making sure that their mothers are taken care of financially. You don't need 20 fucking houses in your backyard, nigga. And instead of building your goddamn motherfucking trap ass motherfucking Disney World, Trapsney World in your backyard, why don't you take all that money and build black schools for black children to learn more about blackness and their culture? Why not create black businesses? Why don't you connect with other rappers like like Killer Mike? I was gonna say T.I., but I don't know about him. But why not connect with Killer Mike who is down south, who is also a Grammy award-winning rapper. I don't know if you won a Grammy, sir, but he did. But maybe he can help you with that. You know what I'm saying? Put you on a damn song or something that's beneficial. Why don't you do that? You have so much wealth, you have so much shit in your hands that you talking about my generations. I'm trying to make sure my generations are good. Your generations still have to interact with other people's generations. They're going to need music producers. They're going to need videographers. They're going to all the behind the scenes work that your generations is going to need to be able to survive and to have a good quality life is also going to play in part by the people who are connected to them that can do for them what they can't do, but have the resources to pay for. And maybe you should take your ass to church. Maybe you should fulfill your grandfather's wish and go get motherfucking baptized and shit and become a deacon. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of old church women and some church hoes who would love for you to come knock the dust off they pussy while fucking to one of your songs, but in the name of the Lord, girl. Bootsy, maybe what you should do is seek out other parents of queer people like T.S. Madison's mother, Miss Mary, shout out to her, which will be an excellent conversation between Mother Mary and Bootsy. I don't know about T.S. Madison. Even though T.S. Madison, I know for a fact, would give Bootsy a run for his money, word-wise, fist-wise, and gun-wise. Because there are some fags, and I'm becoming one my damn self growing, that, baby, will be able to protect themselves by all means, okay? But to have a conversation with Miss Mary about the fear. How did you reconcile your relationship with God while also supporting and loving your trans daughter? Knowing what the church says about the queer community and the spectrum thereof. What's been indoctrinated again? My grandfather was against it. My father, there's generations of motherfuckers saying no, 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 all this type of no variations. Hell, you can watch the live I did a few years ago where I literally went live with my mother and my father. Not my father and my baby mother, but my father and my mother, the husband and wife, no shade, came together on the live being older than you. Even though they're in their 60s and you're in your 40s and y'all kind of looking like the same as far as age-wise a little bit, no shade about the ass, just all that type of stuff, you can look at that video and learn from them, individuals who have survived what it is that you're fearful of. So you have some work to do, Bootsy, and not just Bootsy, the niggas and bitches who think like Bootsy. And y'all know who y'all are. I.e., the individuals who only really care about the fags and black women not being submissive, as if though they want to suck your dick, as if though your dick is worthy of being sucked. Ivy, again, I commend you, first of all, on your strength. Again, as an individual who is empathic, an individual who is growing in his self-love and awareness and even long-suffering. Because sometimes, like the scripture, if we're going to use the Bible reads, the race is not given to the swift, nor is it given to the strong, but to those who endureth till the end. You got to have stamina. You got to be able to pace yourself. You got to be able to have that stride, that connection, that flow in order to do that. And you've done that for the past few years with your father, even though, again, your father has said things to you that we don't even know about that probably hurt you to the heart, to the core. Especially when you look back and be like, nigga, I dedicated my first debut album when it should have been about me. I made it about your ass. When I came out with my first single that was supposed to be my breakout single in reference to showing my shit, I'm over here rapping about how I am the princess of a king and a queen that live in separate kingdoms. The fuck is that? But I also commend you for realizing your own worth, Ivy. Because you grown now. It's one thing to be 12, 13, 14 years old and all that type of stuff. But when you grown and you start living life, the shit that your parents be like, oh, and no shade, they say be a child for as long as you can. Hell yeah, because when you become an adult, you see the reality of what shit is that y'all don't prepare children for. Which is why they be in these fucked up ass cycles and y'all find a way to enjoy the shit as opposed to help your children be better. The fuck? I also commend you for being able to say, look, I've sat back and I've been quiet enough. And yes, you are my father and I will love you forever and always and a day. But I am also a fucking adult too. So there's an equality in that aspect. You said my house, my rules. Well, I don't live in none of the motherfuckers anymore. So now what? And I'll give you an example even with me and my own father. There was a situation where my father was kind of trying me about something. And again, I'm grown up to be respectful. I respect my parents. My parents respect me now, which is amazing, but I respect my parents. And he was saying some things and it was blatant hypocrisy there. But because I was grown, again, organized religion, indoctrinated, again, being 30 years old, I finally released all that shit and learning new things about my damn self that I put down and hid and neglected, to where I turned around and I called him out on his hypocrisy. And I also had to prepare for the fact that, oh Lord, by me saying this, there's an opportunity that now this situation is going to intensify to where it become physical. And no motherfucking shade, if it become physical, baby, it's gonna be me and you, and mostly me. I don't think y'all want to fight children that have untapped, I don't think it's wise for y'all, especially for some of y'all that's older in age and shit, to be arguing with y'all damn children who have pent up rage in them. This is the information age, so a lot of shit that y'all be thinking be happening to white people and white parents, the black kids be listening. I'm gonna kill my mom. I'm gonna kill my dad. You might want to stop, but that may not be a black thing anymore. Thankfully, it didn't get to that point of physicality, but there were words that were being exchanged, and with me expressing all of that, I had to do that with tears. Because for once, I'm standing up for my motherfucking self. To where it's like, yeah, you the daddy and you grown, but you're not the only one that's grown. Yeah, you might be grown, but I'm grown too. And again, I'm speaking on something that you're ignorant about. It'd be a lot of Auntie Nita ass people in the world. Shout out to her and the character. I appreciate it because now they going to therapy. I said, thank you, Lord. But there's a lot of mothers out there that yell at their children, do horrible shit to their children, and disregard their children. I remember somebody on a Red Pill platform said that if you listen to the music in the 90s, man, a lot of these children were making music about how angry they were at their parents. Hell yeah, because the parents don't want to fucking learn, because they've been told that you can only learn, you can only do shit when you get older, but nobody teaches you and prepares you for that moment, which is why you have grown ass adults that have midlife crisis because nobody prepared me for this shit. But then when you have people who have survived the onslaught, i.e. queer people like myself, who literally are sharing information to help the youth, the generations to come, not just those who are heterosexual, as far as there are people in the world who are going to be different than you. Judge them by the content of their character, by knowing for thine self, as opposed to listening to a bunch of ignorant ass motherfuckers who acting indignant, but yet be doing the shit behind closed doors, some of them, no shade. To actually learn to humanize people so therefore you can be humanized. But also, and most importantly, for the queer youth, because again, all these motherfuckers who are queerphobic, they grew up with queer people as children. Whether it was gay, the word is escaping me right now, gay peers, whether it was gay adults, gayness has been here. It will always and forever be here. You got a problem with that? Go talk to your God about that and ask it why it allowed it. And when it gives you the fucking answer by the reality, I hope you finally accept that. Okay. Ivy, it would be beneficial to go to therapy. No shade. This world is also a broken and hurt world that will use its brokenness to create drama between you and your father. And then they'll be able to help control the narrative of the situation to where it can lead to y'all falling out. And I wouldn't want for y'all to fall out, especially if there's an opportunity. But at the same time, if your father does not want to meet you halfway, you can still love your father, but love his ass over there. Just like he be stating how he love you, but he love you over there. It's just time to just say, okay, pimpin', thank you for letting me know where you at, because now we can see each other. Now we can have this type of situation. And that if that is the case, you can still rise and ascend and grow, Ivy. You are not tied to your father. You don't have to ride your father's coattails. And I'm glad you're not riding your father's coattails, because the fucking coattails is saturated in death and destruction. And I don't want that for you. Because it ain't just niggas, trap niggas, that's getting murdered. It's females too that be getting unalived as well. And I would want for you, Ivy, to have a very long, prosperous life with you and your wife, if you happen to have one. If you happen to have whatever the experience is, I would want it to be better than your father's experiences. So go to therapy. I think that would be beneficial to talk to somebody who is going to be non-biased, somebody who's not going to be a Boosie fan, but not somebody who wants to read the fuck out of Boosie, but somebody who can sit down and help you deal with your own issues and just see that the situation with your father is just a symptom of your growth. Maybe if your father was growing in the way that he should be growing to be a better human being and be a better father and be a better husband, would be nice for him to be a husband to some female, but to be a better baby daddy, whatever the situation is, to be better in that, he has to work on that. His growth is not, your ascension is not dependent on his growth. And all you really did with you sharing your side of the story is to help continue the conversations that queerphobic people are afraid to have. And we gonna have the fucking conversations, whether y'all want to or not. Because at the end of the day, objective truth is ringing, which is why in order for you to see it, you have to love yourself first. Let me look at y'all comments and then we gonna be out of here because I'm ready to eat, girl. These munchies is kicking my ass. Let me see. Rawan says, Ben telling people he was a trash father. Any parent who thinks they can mandate their kids or anybody else's sexuality be heterosexual as a requirement for acceptance does not deserve adoration. Like I said, if people want to be parents, I think there needs to be some sort of process involved to make sure that you are fit to be a parent, not just financially and physically, but mentally, emotionally. Are you prepared to take care of another human being? Are you ready to sacrifice certain aspects of your life to ensure the foundation of this individual? Are you ready to challenge your damn self and to continue to grow? Are you ready for that? I'm pretty sure if you ask these individuals that before they had children, you would be surprised at how the birth rate would probably fucking drop. Because look at the foster care rate. How many children are in the foster care system? And the fags ain't making the children. Remember, that's y'all talking point. So again, that's all y'all. So I think it would be beneficial if there was a requirement. Harold says, what's crazy is she's still being cognizant of his feelings, yet he totally disregarded hers in front of the world. And again, I mean, I've went into red pill spaces, speaking to them in the language that they understand, to still be respectful, to still want to create a peaceful atmosphere and have a conversation. And I'm talking to individuals who low-key already have their mind made up about queer people's experiences, therefore denying mine. But then feel some type of way when I decide to really tap into the fear aspect energy they're giving. Okay, as far as, well, let's play into the fears of the community and what's really fucking happening. Now it's about respect and all this other type of stuff. No. Wherever y'all go, we gonna go. Unfortunately, we trying to raise ourselves higher, but y'all want to go lower because y'all afraid of the damn sun. Y'all are afraid of awareness. Y'all are afraid of accountability. And people wouldn't be afraid of accountability or have to be accountable as much outside of themselves if they knew how to be accountable inwardly. That's why self-love is important. But again, shout out to her again saying, I have had enough. We're not going to do this shit anymore. Spicy says, I feel so sad for her, but proud of her for standing up for herself. And it's sad because, again, queer people go through that a lot. And when we talk about it, now the people who are involved want to change their own narrative. Well, no, pimpin', you showed your narrative. Let me show my narrative and let's see what's true. Shed says, not to say that you can't naturally be gay, but what Boosie don't want to admit is when he was conditioning his sons to be straight and sleep with women, he conditioned his daughter to do the same. Meanwhile, baby, his daughter is motherfucking girl eating pussy better than he could ever do, and she only 22. Lord. Let's see. Style by Stevie says, I can relate to her. I know what it's like not having a parent love or accept you. Wow. Steve, I didn't know that. Is that situation still the same now? And hopefully it's different. She also says she's absolutely right. He does look contaminated with his, them diabetic raccoon eyes. And sat on stage with Young Miami, who said he would beat her son if she found out he was gay. But she also said, which was like the safe, you know what would have been crazy? I would have had, you know what would have been really dope? If they had a panel discussion with all the queerphobic niggas, girl, like Boosie, like all the individuals who said they would beat their queer children, like Kevin Hart and all that type of shit. Imagine a panel discussion between them and actual parents of queer people. That would be a dope ass experience, because now you speaking your opinion to someone's actual lived experience of what you're afraid to experience. She also says, Bubs, they're not going to take accountability. Absolutely none. Forget them. Do you know what the saying goes? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. You can lead a hoe to water, but you can't make a think. Trust me, I have a father who is damn near about Donald Trump's age, and he is still set in his ways. And instead of focusing on us in the LGBT community, why don't they make a live about an innocent black man who lost his life and there was evidence to prove that he was innocent? Because again, this is all about being performative. These are some shucking and jiving ass niggas. These are niggas who be cooning the fuck out. And Bootsy didn't have all this energy and vibrato for Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson asked him, what is your issue with queer people? Hell yeah, girl, they be... And on top of that, I don't know why he was so damn quiet. and should have gave Mike Tyson that energy, because you Bootsy nigga, you put 1,000 on a nigga head, girl. Put 100 on your head. Don't you got a song about putting a bounty on a nigga head, and allegedly your ass out there have sanctioned hits on certain niggas in your hood? In your area where you at? You couldn't pull the strap out on Mike Tyson, girl. He smoked weed now, so he might be a little slower. Harold says, as soon as I hear them hollering about a gay agenda, I assume there's no sign of intelligence anywhere in the room. Stevie says, Zaya Wade, Lil Nas X, and his daughter. Not only that, but remember what he said, his prison experience when he saw two men supposedly getting at it. I mean, they was riding, dog. I mean, they was riding. And again, if that is again, I don't give a fuck about this, because, girl, like I said, I would dive into pussy before I do anything sexual, Lil Boosie, girl. Lil Boosie might be the ex-gay cure for me, girl. But, I mean... there's a possibility that there is some sort of curiosity about it. Cause no shade, can't nobody fuck a man better than a man, and just like a woman can't fuck a woman can fuck a woman better than anybody else can, because again, they know what's going on. They understand. They have an inner over an understanding, girl. So I don't know if that's something that he wants to experience, and I don't want that diabeticness over here with me. She also says, I think his issue is deeper than just his internalized queerphobia. Remember, his assistant is also part of the queer community. I don't know if that fellow is still there. Wait, what? So he had an assistant? Well, you know what? I'm not even really shocked because, again, they don't mind utilizing queer people when it's beneficial to them. Just like how I was asked the second time I went to a Red Pill panel, what am I gonna do for y'all? When I should be asking y'all motherfuckers, what have you done for us lately? Ooh, 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 yeah. So I guess I'm not shocked because, again, the church is very, very, you know, it's very excellent example of what it looks like to utilize queer people for their gifts, their time, their talents, their tithing, but tell them to leave their humanity at the door, even though a part of my motherfucking humanity is the reason why motherfuckers come into this church, is the reason why the money still is flowing in this church, is the reason why we set the atmosphere that makes it easier for you to manipulate people's emotions and feelings to get paid for. We do all this for y'all. Y'all see how the fuck Kim Burrell look like now? Y'all saw what the fuck she had on when she was telling the people to stop singing with her ass, and then when she asked the people to sing with her, they was being the fuck quiet. How she continued to put that goddamn ratted, tatted motherfucking nut rag on top of her damn head with these goddamn motherfucking spandex and all type of stretchy ass pants on, girl. And did y'all see Kim Burrell had the nerve to have a camel toe? Bitch, that was an elephant knuckle, bitch. Okay, a rhinoceros nose. Okay, what the hell was that? Just all the way open, talking about putting pussy and titties in a woman's face. Woman, you had your vaginal lips on full display, and even they looked like they was cocked to the side. You need to go to a chiropractor and get your hips put back into order. Cause again, we talking about gay assistants. When Kim Burrell ass went down from a triple number to a double, when Kim Burrell was on some Ozempic shit before Ozempic was Ozempicing, girl. When Kim Burrell was able to motherfucking laugh and shit without her chest hurting. When Kim Burrell was able to fly on the plane, and instead of having a goddamn heart attack and her praying the heart attack down, knowing that when she get to the green room at the church, girl, move out the way, girl, the monstrosity known as Kim Burrell about to fuck this fucking spread up. When she was getting ready to get a Grammy. When she was looking her best, sounding her best, feeling her best, it was when a fag was in her corner. You can't deny queer people. Even in kingdoms, girl, in history, we were trusted. We were entrusted in very high positions of power and spaces, girl, because we have certain type of energies and awareness that heterosexual people don't really have unless they really learn to tap into it. Again, we have purposes and experiences in humanity too. History continues to show us that. We help complement humanity. But that's a two-way street because we're still humans. Harold says, responding to Queen Stevie, yes, there's a deep-rooted hurt there that is beyond the internalized queerphobia. I feel like he experienced some type of trauma at some point that he has yet to get over. Spicy says Bootsy could have a convo with Style P about his experience with his daughter who was in the LGBT community. May she rest. Queen Stevie said Killer Mike ain't ish either, breaking bread and tea with the Atlanta governor Brian Kemp, who is indeed impartial and embedded to Trump. And oh wow, we gotta talk about that. Wow, I didn't know that. She also says it's a short film y'all gotta check out called Animal Drill. It touches on homophobia and toxic masculinity. Send that to me in the group chat if you can, Queen. She also says 14% of queer youth reported that they had slept away from parents or caregivers because they were kicked out or abandoned, with 40% reporting that they were kicked out or abandoned due to their queerness. She also says 16% of queer youth reported that, it's another thing, okay. Youth reported that they had slept away from parents or caregivers because they ran away from home, with more than half, 55%, reporting that they ran away from home because of mistreatment and fear of mistreatment due to their queer identity. Boosie has 7 kids, right? He needs to be loving on them, treating them equally with love and respect, regardless of who they love. And I'm sorry, his manager, not assistant. Let me clarify. Yes, his manager. Oh, the manager. Nah, see, he need to be happy. Boosie need to be happy. We gonna close on that. That the manager that was queer was in right standing, because there's a lot of messy queer people, hurt, broken queer people out here that could have really fucked up your entire career, nigga. And it's crazy that you needed a queer person to help manage you. Again, I think we as queer people, we have to also realize our power and say, look, if you don't honor my identity, and I ain't talking about this falsified, fear-based identity, but if you're not willing to really get to know me for who I am as an individual, and also learn to grow and evolve so we can learn each other to make this a very wonderful, successful situation that we have here, that you're gonna have to also start acknowledging me and who I am if you want me to help you. It can't just be about the money, because not all money is good money. That would be like me selling my soul. So that to me would look like, okay, for all the gays in church, y'all gotta leave. Y'all gotta leave, baby. I can't be in this church no more. Nope. You don't want to honor my identity? I'm taking my gay ass talents. I'm taking my gay ass time. I'm taking all of my gay ass serving energy. I'm taking all of my gay ass talents. I'm taking everything that I give to complement your experience away. Because the church is supposed to be sharing that back with us. See, y'all not ready for those type of conversations. Conversations that can actually help change some shit. But anyway, I thank y'all for joining me for this live. I really appreciate it. Please make sure that you hit the like button, because it helps this channel to grow in the algorithms. We are at 820 subscribers. We're slowly but surely growing. Again, the quantity is growing, but the quality always been there, baby, and it's gonna always evolve, baby, okay? No shade. If you like the vibe over here on BubzDaGawd, please make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell, and when you do, click all so that you can stay up to date with all of my lives and my edited content, y'all. I've been kind of fucking with CapCut for a minute, and that shit a little bit easier, so we gonna see what the fuck it give. Shout out CapCut Pro, bitch. Okay, if there's anything in this live that I said that kind of stuck out with you and you would like to share this in other spaces to help generate conversations, or hell, challenge queerphobic ass people, especially the bootsies, okay, of the black community or the world, in reference to the thinking and the fear-based ideologies, please make sure you screen record it and share it on your social media platforms. Tag me on it. I am BubzDaGawd everywhere. And speaking of BubzDaGawd, if you want to contribute to the platform, you can definitely hit me up in the Cash App, $ BubzDaGawd. Okay, we take anything that jingles and motherfucking folds. All right, no shade. Shout out to Queen Stevie. Shout out to King Harold. Shout out to Queen Spicy in the building. Shout out to Shed. Shout out to Let's Talk Wild Rewind, Chief Soul Survivor. Shout out to those that are in the bushes. Shout out to the Replay Gang. And until next time, everybody, peace.